Hi, this is Lea Chapin, and it's October 5th, 2018. This is our final day in Egypt. We're both happy and sad because it's the end of my journey. My journey started on September 10th, 2018, and now today it's October 6th or 5th, 2018. And my long journey to come to the pyramids, to complete the initiations here at the Great Pyramid of Giza is now over. So there's some sadness and jubilation, but we had a fabulous, fabulous ceremony in the King's Chamber, and I want to share with all of you what happened and the experiences that we all shared. So, Jared, I'm going to start with you, if you'd like, just to share with them what you were feeling when you went into the King's Chamber.
Well, I was feeling pressured to film it properly. That was number one. And to keep the guards at bay, which is another video in its own right. I think, you know, having now been in twice this week and then before 2 months ago, I sort of know what to expect in terms of the waves of energy and the vibrating and the shimmering of energy. But of course, it was an honor to bring you and the group in there and to be a part of the ceremony, which I widely anticipated. And I think in terms of, you know, what I felt the whole time was just this waves of chills, you know, and I think I was hearing your words, but I think I have to go back and listen to the video again because I don't remember what you said. I just felt the deep echo from your voice and the reverberations from the King's Chamber, and up and down and up and down. Yeah.
And you want to share what you saw at the sarcophagus?
Yeah, so we were standing at the sarcophagus, and I think you were channeling Yeshua, talking about his initiation, and I saw this, I don't know how to call it, a ball of light that was inside the sarcophagus, and it came out and sort of, it didn't look like Yeshua, it almost looked like Neptune or Jupiter. It looks like some sort of like other kind of face, and then it sort of dissipated as it went up, and it's just sort of like someone was coming, like what's the word? Like not bending, but like they were bending forward, coming up out of it, and then just dissipating up over it.
And you said later you thought maybe that was a symbolization of Joshua resurrecting.
Well, I was wondering if, even though obviously he was resurrected after he was crucified, that actually this is when he, not ascended, but went into it, you know, his light body was fully activated, and he actually, that was it. So this, in some ways, the acting out of what happened at the crucifixion, it was completed, or some element of it was completed here in Egypt, and then he went back to actually experience it, but actually some element of that experience happened in the King's Chamber.
So his initiation there, I'm feeling that it was like his ascension into his light body.
Yeah, that's what I was feeling.
Mm-hmm. And you saw it.
And we saw it in their pictures too. I'm gonna turn off the AC to try and make it work. We lost our microphone, so we're improvising.
And do you want to share, Michelle, what you saw in the video or the capturing of the light bodies?
In the photo?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, yes, this is when Khalid took a photo of me and Mum. We were just standing there behind, and it's quite incredible to see the light behind Mum and I, just sort of like emanating up. And yeah, like you said, it must have been our light bodies that was present there.
Mm-hmm.
Quite incredible. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I thought it was probably like an archangel, but I think it is the light body.
That was when I saw it, I said it looked like you. It didn't look like some other entity behind you. It looks like an etheric version of both of you behind.
Yeah.
And we'll post it on Lee's Instagram so everyone can see it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Amazing.
Do you have more that you wanted to share?
Just a brief experience from what I felt inside the King's Chamber. I just felt, well, from yesterday it was a similar thing, but I felt like it was more heightened, this sort of lightheadedness that I was getting when I got in there. It just sort of became stronger and stronger the longer we were in there, the more you were speaking, Lee. And towards the end, I just sort of felt more of a buzz that came from the top, sort of just came down my head and just sort of stayed around here, but the continual buzz that just came from up and just slowly down. I just felt that around my head, yeah, which was quite amazing.
Oh. You have a lovely smile on your face.
Yes,
Buzzy.
I feel quite good.
Thank
Wow.
you. Marissa?
Yes, I'd like to share very much that we've all been experiencing the waves of energy. For me, it was like, that's how I felt, waves. When you started the initiation, I felt heat, tingling, but throughout the body, right down to my feet, because I could feel as if my feet were burning. So I had to say, right, release, let this conduit flow. So otherwise I thought, oh, am I going to heat up here? Very hot. And also when you place the hand on us and our heart to open the heart chakra from Yeshua, it's quite emotional because I really felt like the unconditional love. My heart had opened, and I had tears. And that's when I went across, and then when I touched the esophagus there, I really felt even more emotional. I felt his presence and his love imbue with my body. So that was quite powerful. And I'm trying to hold it, but it was strong.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Callan?
Well, look, first things first, I'm going to apologize for my total lack of energy. I mean, you guys have seen this, but on the first time we went into the pyramid, I described these emotions of, just sort of the top of my head just opening up, and I just felt all this energy just shooting into my body. And by the time we left the chamber, when I wasn't there once again, I felt like I was being charged up. When we left for the rest of the day, I was, really energized and really manic, after the experience. But today, once again, as soon as I stepped into the pyramid at the base of it, I started feeling just that sort of that radiating upwards from the top half of my head. And then when we got to the chamber, the first thing I did this time was take my shoes off, and I was walking through it barefoot. So I think that maybe, just that connection this time, I allowed myself to really just be planted into the energy of that chamber itself. And, the thundering of your voice and the reverberations in the chamber, and I started seeing and feeling all of these things that were just shooting through me. And especially when I closed my eyes, I specifically saw ripples of light ripples just sort of moving around, outwards and then inwards and then going upwards, but in helixes, like in something helical, just like spinning around like DNA strands.
DNA, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And I just kept seeing that spinning just going around. And when we got to the sarcophagus itself and I held on to it, both of my legs couldn't support me, and my left leg suddenly would give way underneath me, and I had to lean forward and grab onto the sarcophagus, and then just my body couldn't support me while I had all this energy shooting through me. And then when we came back out and down, we were just sitting at lunch in the restaurant, and all of a sudden my brain, I felt like the entire part of it just was vibrating just like this inside my head. And just my energy levels have shot down, I could barely move, and it's just, I'm totally drained.
Yeah.
Totally drained.
Wow.
Circuits fried.
Circuits fried.
Too much incoming. Thank you. And for me, as many of you know, this was all about us ascending and merging our light bodies as new earth beings, as Spirit has told us, as Joshua has told us. Going into the Great Pyramid was about our ascension process of merging into new earth species, into new light beings, because we are here to hold this frequency just as Joshua did 2,000 years ago, merging our physical bodies with our spirit essence, and now living with new DNA and with new light codes within our body, walking this earth plane, walking with our true spirit essence and our true divinity, but we're walking with purpose. We're walking totally now in purpose with our soul mission, our soul pathway, bringing the light and the peace to this planet. When I stepped into the King's Chamber today, there was a great level of excitement for me. And when I began to channel and speak, I was a bit surprised because I heard the reverberation of my voice. And what was happening was I could actually literally feel the energy that was coming down from the galactic beings of light. I started channeling the no-names who sit at the right hand of God, and I could literally feel the energy as the reverberation of the sound of my voice. It was the waves and waves, but it was like sound frequency and healing coming into my body to help my body to ascend and to merge into my light body, and I could feel that. And initially, when I started it, I was not aware of that, the reverberation of my voice, and then just the intensity of it, knowing that my body was just, like you said, there was the helix, the energy of the DNA that was merging, and I could feel that. And I could really sense the power of the energy coming through. And the voices of the no-names were, I just want to say, so pure and so intense, and yet it was with great strength. And I really personally felt that within myself. Typically, my voice can be very soft, and I'm very soft-spoken, but it was like this whole new energy overcame me, and I felt my strength, and I felt my power, and I felt these energies coming in from these magnificent beings.
And you're still manic.
Yeah, I'm still there. And the waves of energy just in coming forth and imbuing my body with love and peace and grace. And then when I did the anointing of opening the heart, I could feel Joshua's hand moving and opening people's heart chakra, and gently inviting them to go to the sarcophagus to then ascend and to move through the initiation process of ascending and allowing their physicalities now to, again, for us to ascend into the true essence of who we are. Just as Jared was talking about, perhaps that was his energy that he was seeing ascending. That's what actually literally happened to us. And then later, Michelle showed us the video of the light bodies behind her and her mom's body, and it was like, oh my God, how amazing. So this is really, really exciting for me, because this is a culmination. I've been preparing for this for over 2 months, if not longer. But 2 months ago, I began to receive the first initiations in preparation for this trip. That was August 6, 2018. And this, again, as I said, there's great excitement, but not really sadness, but it's like, okay, I've completed the journey that I've been asked, and so I am really, really, really excited. My friends are like, I haven't seen you this excited in a long time. And I'm just really, really honored to be here to share this journey with you. We will continue these sacred journeys. If you wish to join us, we will be traveling to other countries, to other sacred sites. You'll find this all on my website, leachapin.com, but we'll continue to find us and my videos throughout this journey, starting in the beginning of September. You can see all those on my YouTube channel, Lea Chapin. So I want to thank you for being with us. We appreciate your interest in this sacred journey with us. We are so delighted to have Marissa and her daughter Michelle, who literally sort of showed up out of the blue, and I had felt there was one more person that was going to be joining us, but then there were two. And I had no idea who that was. I just felt her spirit, and so that we must have somewhere in the heavens this was orchestrated, because I don't know, about a week or a few days before she had contacted me, I had felt her energy, and you just completed it. I want to just say, Marissa, you've really brought the strength and the balance here that we needed. And for you, Michelle, you just bring that love and purity and innocence that's so needed in the world. And you're both beautiful, beautiful, beautiful souls. So thank you for
we are so
finding
blessed and
us.
honored, aren't
Yeah. Thank you for
Thank
sharing it
you.
with us as well.
we? Absolutely.
And we're already planning the next adventure, so stay tuned.
Yes, we are.
I want to thank Jared for being the orchestrator and the leader and the
Amazing.
financier, and Callan for holding his joy and his love, and a little bit of mystery.
It's a mischief.
Not mystery, but mischievousness. So anyhow, we gotta have a little fun, and again, have a blessed day, and not sorrow about our trip ending, but just a happy completion. So namaste.